Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Justin. We're going back to the movies. This time we're going to be watching the 1967 classic, In the Heat of the Night, starring Sidney Poitier and Rod Steiger. What an incredible movie. Two amazing actors that worked so well together. Not much else can be said. Sidney Poitier, one of the greatest actors of all time. And I don't think he gets put into that upper echelon where he deserves. I mean, true movie lovers will know him for his classic movies. But, it's been so long since he's acted in a movie that, his name gets kind of put to the wayside. But he's got some amazing movies. The Defiant Ones, Porgy and Bess, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. All of these are amazing movies. And Lilies of the Field, which won him an Oscar for Best Actor. The first African-American man to win Best Actor at the Academy Awards. And In Heat of the Night is one of his greatest performances of all time. After In the Heat of the Night, he kind of, went behind the camera. He did some more acting, but it was a lot of time in between. Some of the movies that stand out are The Jackal, Shoot to Kill, which such an underrated movie with Tom Berenger and Clancy Brown. But In Heat of the Night, pretty simple, straightforward story. Sidney Poitier plays a Philadelphia police officer visiting his mother in Mississippi. 1960s Mississippi, you're a man of color. It's not going to be an easy time for you. And a lot of bigotry, and it shows. Nobody expects Sidney Poitier's character to be a police officer. He's a black man. How could a black man be a police officer, especially in Mississippi? But he is. And, he's accused of committing a heinous crime, murder, because he's a black man, and nobody recognizes him. And Rod Steiger, plays the chief of police for the town that he's in, and all he sees is a black man, not a police officer. How could this guy be a police officer? You're a black man of color. You must be guilty. And it's not until Sidney Poitier stands up to him and tells him he's a police officer and contacts his captain in Philadelphia that, he's taken seriously. And against his will, he's charged with helping solve this crime that he was originally accused of. And doing this in the face of bigotry, which, is a real thing. And that's what makes the story so powerful and makes the movie so enjoyable to watch, is the realism behind it. And that's what makes a movie great, is the realism. The way he's treated and the way people of color were treated in Mississippi in the 1960s, and presumably are still in many parts of Mississippi and throughout the country are still today. But it's the realism that matters. It's the realism that's important, and it's the realism that makes it an amazing movie. And the way Steiger and Poitier work well together, makes it an iconic movie. One of the best movies of the 1960s, I would argue. You could put a lot of Sidney Poitier's movies from the 60s on that list, because he was such an amazing actor. And, and it's movies like this that I feel like anybody who is a fan of movies and loves movies, you need to watch Sidney Poitier. You know, I feel like if it wasn't for the likes of Sidney Poitier, you wouldn't have some of the great actors of our generation, more specifically black actors, you know, your Denzel Washingtons, your Forrest Whitakers, your Jamie Foxxes. All these men won Academy Awards for Best Actor, but they were following in the footsteps of Sidney Poitier. And, you know, Denzel's done speeches where he has said the same thing. And he's such an amazing actor. And his character of Virgil Tibbs, they call me Mr. Tibbs, is an iconic character. And he ended up doing 2 additional movies with this character. And for that, you know, his performance, Steger's performance, the realism behind it, this is an 8.8. You know, it's one of the best movies of all time, as far as I'm concerned. Could I put it in a specific area? No. But it's a movie that I can watch continuously. I've seen it several times. I'm glad it's part of my collection. And I really, really think that you should watch it. Because you'll see just 2 amazing actors give 2 amazing performances. And they work so well together. So, again, I think I gave it an 8.8. In the Heat of the Night, starring Sidney Poitier and Rod Steiger. See it. You won't be disappointed. I'll see you next time at the movies. Take care.